How do you tell if you're in a conflict situation in a multiple offer? John Carter here. I'm the broker and owner at Remax River City. And if you're not familiar, BC realtors lost the ability to double end transactions a couple years ago. And that was due to situations of public perception that agents representing a buyer and a seller on the same deal had kind of insider trading, leveraged that insider information to have their buyer win. And so to avoid that and us all kind of work together to improve our industry here in Alberta and protect our livelihood as realtors, we want to make sure that we're avoiding those conflicts. So on the selling side, how do you know you're in a conflict and what do you do? So as a listing representative, when you're helping a seller, you want to first have the conversation with the seller whether or not they want to disclose the existence of multiple offers. At the end of the day, it's a client's decision, and there's pros and cons to both. So we have a separate video that talks about the whole process of multiple offer protocol here in Edmonton currently, and so you can check that one out as well. But that's step one. And then step two is if you too are representing one of the buyers that's interested. Doesn't matter if they're a buyer you've worked with under buyer brokerage for the last several months, shown them multiple properties, or if it was a sign call or an internet inquiry that you've put as a customer, you're still in a conflict situation because you have that information already of what the other offers are. So you should get your broker to step in and address or deal with the presentation of offers to the seller, and then you take the file back over once negotiations have been complete. So how do you deal with it when you're representing a buyer and you run into one of these situations? So what we're finding a lot is agents that either haven't dealt with a multiple offer in over a decade, so they're kind of using old protocols, or they are newer to the industry or haven't dealt with multiple offers before and are unfamiliar with how to handle it. So sometimes we got to support each other in the industry and address that and kind of coach them through it as well. So if you're dealing with a buyer and you ask the question, is there any other offers? And then you ask the deeper question of, are you representing any of the other offers? And they say yes, request that they submit all offers to the broker. You're going to submit their offer to their broker, and you expect that their broker will step in and handle that. The only alternative situation that we've seen a few brokers how they handle it is if that buyer or that listing agent who's representing a buyer submits their offer first and they CC their broker on it. So if they submit it to the seller via email, they CC their broker, and then any other offers that come in, they don't allow that buyer to make changes. So that's one solution to kind of help resolve that conflict. But the most ideal scenario is have your broker step in and present and deal with the offer presentation to the seller. It avoids the conflict and keeps everybody, professional in the industry, and even if they didn't win the offer, they at least feel that everything was up and up and dealt with professionally. So feel free to reach out, comment below, or ask your questions. We're always happy to have the conversation to help improve our industry for all of us.